theirs. No, not they there.
Welcome to the Moretako encounter.
Don't talk about backswing.
Joe's already gagging.
Why are we never
5
serious at
seconds
the intro?
Into the show.
It's a deep burn.
It's a deep burn.
All right, I'm ready. All right, we're clapping again. No. Oh, sorry.
How much cock have you had?
Joe is literally a
none of your damn
1980s infomercial. Clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off. The clapper. That is not an advertisement. That's a jingle.
Yeah.
And I made it up.
Now
off
it's
the
Alexa.
top of my head.
Now it's Alexa. Turn the lights on, bitch. That's how we turn ours on.
Is that you call her bitch?
No, I do, but she doesn't.
Did you ever get Alexa and Siri to argue?
No. Is that a thing?
I don't know.
That sounds amazing.
I'm gonna try it.
We're probably gonna try it
Moretako
today.
encounter viewers, if you have ever had Alexa and Siri argue, you need to send that in to us. Heck, we'll bring you on the show and you can demonstrate how it works because that sounds amazing and like AI meltdown of epic proportions.
Yeah.
I love it.
Good.
I love it. I wanted to tell you guys a little story. So I had a question for you guys. I was just in Nashville. You guys know I was a Nashville virgin. I had never been to Nashville.
Pop that cherry.
41 years of life, and I had never been to Nashville. And all my Nashville peeps out there, there's a lot of cool things about Nashville. I love that the Predators Stadium is downtown, right on Broadway. Yeah. Boom. You're at like Country Bar across the street.
Yeah.
You can watch the Preds. And you guys know I'm a big Blackhawks fan, so but I do got respect for the Preds, whatever. I am going to say this, and this is no hate intended for my Nashville people out there, but it segues into a question. I believe that Nashville is the most overrated city I've ever been to in my life. And
that's a bold statement,
yeah, I have been to a lot of cities.
We're getting a bunch of dislikes now. Yeah.
You know what I see right now? Like all the thumbs down is for the 4 people that are watching us.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I went down past Belmont University in kind of like the more quaint, trendy area of town. Amazing. My wife found this breakfast joint. It was crushing. There were a lot of things about my visit to Nashville that were just amazing. But when you have something so hyped to you for so long, like everyone was like, dude, Nashville's like Vegas level.
It's not.
No, not even close. And like, it's
cool.
If somebody had been like, dude, Nashville's a chill place to go.
Yeah.
I would have gone to Nashville and I would have crushed Nashville and I would have liked it better.
Yeah.
But you know when people overhype things to you and then it just dominoes into things? I had Nashville built up in my head to epic proportions. The stretch of Nashville's bar area in Broadway, I want to give an accurate estimate. It's maybe 5 blocks in width. It's not, dude, it's not even the length of bars that were in Madison where I went to college.
Yeah.
And nobody ever was like, Madison, greatest downtown ever. Like, and people love Madison. Like, people love Madison as a college town. But I had all of this hype and, dude, we'll get into the barbecue food later. We'll get into a food analysis later. But I wanted to ask you guys, has there ever been a city? Let's stick to simple because we could go on this topic for a long time. But a city or an event that you went to that was so hyped by people around you saying this is the most phenomenal thing ever, and you went there and you were like, good. But because it wasn't outstanding, you kind of left feeling meh.
You know, I think I'm going to start with our local city, if you will. I don't feel like Chicago's awesome, but I kind of get the argument from other people. I'm not saying that I don't like it. I don't like going to the city.
Yeah.
I hate going to the city. But I have heard the same thing about people that come visit us from out of state. Like, oh, well, we visited Chicago. It was all right. It was rainy the whole time. It was cold, or they just start bitching about it. Like, it wasn't that fun. So, which I was going to ask the question to you. Do you think it's the time of year that kind of made that experience different? Because when you come to Chicago in the summer, it's fun.
Yeah.
You come between November-ish, if you're not hitting up some Christmas crap, through February, it's not that much
Yeah,
fun
it's
if you
like-
don't have activities.
It's like now.
So,
Now in Chicago, it's like
yeah,
now through summer
I feel
into
like-
fall.
I feel like St.
Yeah,
Patrick's Day kicks off Chicago.
Yeah, that's great.
Um,
That's a great point.
So I kind of feel like that's almost unfair to Nashville. I mean, I'm not a big. I've
No.
never stayed down there, but do you think if you went in the summer, it would be different?
Here's what I think when I look at that. So okay, I'm Chicago biased. I'm a Chicago boy,
That's a good point.
but like Chicago winters, they have
suck.
Trash.
they do weather-wise,
They last
but
for 7 months.
but there's still some
We've been
things to
okay
it.
this year, though.
Like there's Chris Kindle Mart, there's the tree, there's going down on there's
Well,
I have
There's getting shot.
well,
I'm just kidding.
well, yeah,
That was
that's
a joke.
but that's
That was a joke.
Well, yes.
We're all fine.
yes.
We made it.
Well, that's why I kind of that's kind of why I pretext with unless you're going down there for a holiday event.
Yeah.
If you're just going down there to experience the
To go-
city for a non,
To go flick the bean? I
Yeah.
mean,
here's
like, let me go look at a picture and see it.
But here's
smeared.
how I can defend Chicago. Chicago is so dang massive.
yeah.
You can go to Chicago, and this and you guys know this. I've never been to New York City. I've never been to New York City, and
I
so
have no
that
desire.
no desire.
that-
at all.
I'll take some pizza.
that may be
Get that in Crystal
something
Lake.
that falls on this radar. But here's where I'd be able to give New York the benefit of the doubt in the same way. New York has many boroughs. Chicago has many neighborhoods. Like I'm gonna tell you, like living on the north side and living in Lakeview, which is the neighborhood right next to Wrigleyville, being able to walk to Cubs games, being able to walk out my apartment door and have 40 bars in a
Yeah.
1 mile radius and museums and stuff to do. Like Chicago is so vast and so wide. It is possible that you can go to Chicago and not do some of the greatest things in Chicago, even if you're here a week. I lived Nashville and I was there 3 days.
Yeah.
Like, so
It's kind of like a rinse and repeat type.
But it's also I can almost-
I understand your argument, but I don't think
I don't know. I think it all, and also
it was beautiful. Also, while I was there,
I was just
it was
about
a
to say,
beautiful weekend.
do the events play into that? I've also been to Vegas where it's been fun.
Yeah.
I've been to Vegas where it sucked.
Okay,
With different groups of people.
detail that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what
So,
I'm saying.
like, yeah, what made? Let's go to the suck because we're talking about places that underwhelmed.
Yes.
And you're not even saying this is your choice, but tell us what about your trip to Vegas sucked. I've only been there once and it was phenomenal. Tell me what about the sucky trip to Vegas sucked.
I'm not going to call people out, but it depends on the,
But was it people? Was it
it
people?
depends on the group that you go with.
Okay, so it was the
So that-
people.
that-
it wasn't the city.
Yes and no.
The vibe.
It's the vibe.
Talk about the city and the vibe.
so
Yeah,
the
talk
vibe,
about those
bro.
things.
because you depending on the group that you're with, you experience different things. So the first time I was down there, I was with my now wife, but she was then my girlfriend. We went down for my 21st birthday. It was a blast, and it's this obviously this time of year.
Yeah.
I turned 21 in Vegas. My father was there, my brother, my sister. It was just a fun time. We didn't do shit for sightseeing. We just were there. We experienced casinos. We could do that down 2 towns away. We were foodies. Like we just enjoyed the environment, right?
Yes.
So we didn't do a whole lot. We just kind of went around and did our thing. The next group we went with, we tried to do all that.
And was that so? When your 21st birthday, was that your first ever time? to
First
Vegas?
time there. So that's an experience.
And I'm interested in seeing what my second time is like there as well. Because your first
it
time,
was awesome.
it's almost a blowback experience.
Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
First time,
I was
yes.
21, same way.
Yeah.
First time I went, yeah.
Yeah. The second time, it was lackluster.
Okay.
The group that we went with, everybody, we were all a little bit older. We went for the hype. We were like, oh, it's gonna be great. We're gonna be, the hangover. We're gonna party it up all night long. Like,
I'm gonna end up on the roof
Is this-
with
is
a
this
mattress.
Yeah, is this a real Caesar's Palace?
sunburnt.
yeah. Does a Caesar live here? My favorite part there was when I got away with my wife and we went and sat at the pool at the Luxor.
Nice.
Mhm.
We could have done that here. Now, my third time there, I went with my 2 younger brothers. Fucking blast.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think the
The company you keep.
Yeah, you're
so
proud.
so I'm not saying that the company you went with here because you went with your wife and
He's
so that
calling-
I'm not
Liz, you made
that-
us think.
because I don't want your wife to yell at me. That's
Yeah,
not what I'm
it
getting
sucked.
at. But what I'm getting at is the experiences
sleeping
of
on
there
the couch.
because now if you go with your wife in the middle of the summer when there's events and there's the bars are open, like the windows are open, there's music everywhere and people are just
But dude, that's what it was. It was 70 degrees.
And
The windows were open.
But were the streets packed?
Yes.
That sucks.
Dude, it's like a year.
I tried to fight for it.
Dude, it's
for
like a
Nashville.
year
I'm sorry,
round.
guys. I tried.
I'm telling
I tried.
you. We'll get back to it.
Yeah.
I asked you the question. Do you have something, an event or a city that was hyped to you and you bought it hook, line, and sinker and you went there and you were disappointed?
Austin,
Texas.
Austin. And I'm a big UT fan. I think it was built up.
And Nico's got a huge, you can even share some of your experience.
Whoa,
You have a lot, you have a bias for Texas.
Easy.
I even moved there after high school. So I
It's
mean,
a
I have
family
family there.
show.
I would love to live there. I wouldn't even mind moving back.
That's hilarious because what's you bringing up Austin. I'm 41 years old. I'm dating myself.
It's weird.
There was in the seasons of Real World, there was actually somebody who went from my college, who I knew in college, who went to Real World Philadelphia.
Theo Von?
No.
Oh, sorry.
And then the very next season, I believe, was Real World Austin, and Austin is a similar.
That was a big Real World though.
Yeah, it was in.
I remember that season.
And that was a huge thing because like Austin was very similar to Madison. It's got a lot in common in terms of like a city onto itself, capital city, college town, major college town, not like piddly dink, So like it's got a lot in common with it. So that's interesting.
I think it could have been also the age that I went there too. Because you hear a lot of that from people that went to school there or people that partied there or again their experiences. It was the most epic time of all time. But I went there. It was all right.
Could have been your agenda too. Like
that's what I'm saying.
When did you go there?
Well, I first went down there when I was 10. And then
why weren't you crushing the party?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
The babes were all over me.
He was
anyway.
just slaying them.
Yeah. So
kicking them off, dude. Like
so
I was rocking that Paw Patrol shirt.
Yeah. You're rocking that shirt is what you were doing.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
The
If you're
horrors
rocking Paw
persist.
Patrol at 10, there is some problems probably. Hey guys, I love Paw Patrol. Dude, we're into the Transformers now.
Yeah.
Just wanted to let you know.
And then I was there when I was a little bit older, when I was 18 and 20. So it wasn't anything special.
Yeah.
I fly into Austin, so you're just at the airport sometimes, or it's just nothing. It's nothing amazing. It's just another city to me. It's not anything over the top. But anyway.
No. How about you, my man?
Yeah, I don't think so. Everywhere I go, pretty much just fucking rocks, bro. I don't know. Like
You bring the rock with you.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if there's anywhere I've been that like underwhelmed.
Anywhere with sand?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, sand is terrible.
Sand is the worst.
I don't like the Wisconsin Dells.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Yeah,
Share that.
So like,
because I love the Dells.
Yeah,
I actually do. I love the Dells.
Yeah, I used to.
I hate it more and more as I get older.
Yeah.
I
So
feel you.
when I was younger, we didn't vacation a ton. I think I mentioned in episodes ago, my parents divorced when I was really young. Basically, my mom, my sisters raised me. So like, obviously funds were tight. Was never like that much stuff going on. My brother-in-law treated us to trips every once in a while, but mostly there was the Dells every year. And I've had some bomb ass experiences in the Dells. Some other fun experiences where, busted my face on a jet ski, things like that. So like,
I'm going to pause you for a second because I think sometimes we forget we have national viewers and maybe even international. If you're from like Oklahoma or New York,
Oklahoma, where
you probably don't know what the heck Wisconsin Dells is.
Yeah, not Dells.
So Wisconsin Dells
Wisconsin.
is
Wisconsin.
roughly
Wisconsin.
it's roughly an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours north of the border, up one of our major expressways, an hour to an hour and a half past Madison, just into it's still southern Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It's still southern
Yeah,
Wisconsin,
yeah.
but it's and it's other than that, like the Wisconsin Dells is the name of the city.
Not Dells.
And it's just
You're being too polite. It's
Yeah.
not even a city.
It's tourists and Polish people.
It's Illinois tourist people,
Polish.
right?
Yeah.
Like probably it's
It's-
mostly Illinois.
It's Fremont Street for families.
Great.
I
That's
don't
a
mind
great
that.
analogy.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
kind
bad.
of
I like
that's
that.
what I compare
with
it to.
lots of trinkets and toy
Yeah,
stores.
like you go downtown if you will and go
Yeah.
to all those shops.
Yeah.
That's Fremont.
Yeah,
for
dude,
me.
you have a
Miniature-
swig at
miniature
Nigs,
golfing.
I
bro.
was just about to say it, dude. That's what I was getting at.
Swig at Nigs.
Miniature golfing, neon shirts,
One of 75.
getting on the ducks,
Yeah, Kate's Creations is down there.
magic shows.
Yep.
That it's family.
Tommy
Fremont Street. I like
Bartlett.
that.
Yeah.
Tommy Bartlett.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So now you know what that is.
Yeah.
And here in the Chicagoland area, you've been to the Dells.
The Dells.
It's something that families traditionally
Yeah.
do with their
You go there
kids.
on a Saturday.
So now you guys know what the
Yeah.
heck we're talking about.
So, but here's the problem: is that so when we were younger, obviously, I guess like things evolve and things get more expensive, obviously, as time goes on and whatever. But
Whatever that is, that was expensive.
yeah, something just broke some upstairs. I don't know whatever they're doing up there. Fucking rude, bro. Rude.
You know what's cool?
They know we're busy down here. We're working.
We record a podcast. Nuclear bombs upstairs.
Yeah, I don't know what
Every
they're doing.
time.
Yeah, I think
Every
they're
time.
literally body slamming each other up there. I swear, my wife
I never
just
know what
gave
she's
your
doing up
wife
there.
the Hulk Hogan leg drop,
I
and it's
feel like-
over.
I feel like we come down here and
it
they
gets louder.
reproduce upstairs.
Yeah.
Like there's more people upstairs now than when we left.
It's out of control.
I don't think anybody was here when we showed up.
I know. It's out of control.
There
You
wasn't.
know what it is?
There
You know what it
wasn't.
is? It's jealousy. They want to be a part of this.
A buddy of mine says
And
jealousy is a disease.
Ooh, I like that. You can probably catch that at the Dells.
He actually loves the Dells. That's his
I
favorite
fucking
place.
hate it. All right, hang on. Let me go back to my Dells story real quick. The reason I say it underwhelms now is because going to the Dells for a 3-day weekend is going to cost you more than it is to take
Yes.
a plane
To Vegas.
to Vegas.
You're, no, that's,
It is-
That's
It-
comparable.
I think
That is comparable.
I think they'll be You'll look it up and it's comparable, and that's
It
the
is
disappointment.
insane.
It used to be cheaper,
Yeah.
fun. That's
Our
what it
friends
used to
are
be.
literally there right now. It's cost them for their family for a room, and I think they're staying at the Great Wolf for the Wilderness or some bullshit. $1,200.
Have you ever seen the prices at Kalahari Resort?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. I think it's Kalahari.
So dumb.
I am gonna throw up right now
So
thinking about
dumb.
that. I can go to Vegas, watch a grown man run around in a diaper for less money.
At the link.
Yeah, at the link.
And then
I
go
can-
have it in and out.
Yeah, I can see a chick with size F boobs walking around on Fremont Street,
F.
spanking
F?
some
I don't know
guy.
if you want
went
F,
with
dude.
F?
I don't
They're
know
F.
if you
They
want
might
F.
be even ABCFG, F. It might be G's. I do the alphabet there. They could be G's.
Is that what top G stands for?
Yeah, top G.
In case you're wondering how Joe learned the alphabet.
A B C D
He
E
says-
F G.
He goes A, B, C, D, D.
So like, Jesus, shit escalates so fast when we chat. You know, even if we weren't doing,
I fire myself.
even
I
if we
fire
weren't
myself.
doing this, whatever we're doing right now,
This
this
is how
this
we
podcast,
are.
this is a normal night.
We just put a microphone in front of
Nothing has
Nothing
changed.
is different.
This is
I have an itch in my ear that I can't itch. That's the only thing.
Well, that's because
Yeah.
my daughter put those headphones on. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
yeah. Oh boy, there it is.
Oh no.
So underwhelming place, I would say the Dells because of the costs associated with having to go to downtown Dell. It's cheap though. Like if you do go to Dells, like as far as like cheapness, like you're not gonna go there and spend $14 on a drink. Like
No, that's
like
true.
you go to
That's
downtown
true.
Dells, you're spending normal
It's
any
normal.
local
It's
bar
normal.
pricing.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
There's a bar I went to. My buddy spent like 2 hours trying to win one of those lobster claw games.
Yeah,
Like catch an actual live
Yeah.
lobster and then you get to eat it for dinner.
right. But it sucks.
But he
that-
spent $40 getting his
worth,
lobster.
worth it though.
You could have went to Red Lobster.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
You,
But like,
you guys know my Wisconsin friends, and I bet you could guess
Yeah, yeah.
exactly who did
I know
that.
exactly.
yeah.
what you meant.
But the problem is that like what really makes me mad is that like I'm not going to take my kids there to experience the same Dell stuff that I experienced like kind of growing up because I'd rather go to Vegas or take them somewhere else for whatever reason. But
I feel like Big Chief. It was awesome when we were kids.
Big Chief go kart.
I feel like
For
they used to
sure.
be fast.
No, now it's Mount Olympus owns the entire Dells.
And,
owner,
and now
yeah,
they're
same
all
owner.
painted the same color, and it costs like 3 times as much
Yeah,
to get in there.
you
know
got
what-
some guy with like super short shorts on, no underwear. Tell me where to park.
You know when the
Wearing-
Dells
Well, I was gonna say Clifford Lennox, but those
And
are cool shorts.
and
Yeah,
it's
those
so
are
ex-
different.
it's
Those
so
are-
expensive.
And they also don't wear deodorant.
It's so expensive at this time of year, but you know when the Dells is solid is during the winter
Oh yeah,
because of the indoor water parks.
But that's what they get you. That's what
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. They
Yeah,
can
they're
charge
just
you.
giving it to you.
They can charge you so much that
Yeah.
you should just fly somewhere warm.
so I'll do
yeah,
one.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
you
great
know,
point.
like-
I'll do one more. My grandparents used to live right there, across from Big Chief. There was like There's like a campground.
Yeah.
I know
And they used to have
exactly
a
what you're talking
trailer in there. They owned one. They lived there.
Is that the Yogi Bear? Because Yogi Bear
That was right
has-
there.
yeah.
You're right.
And there was like an arcade there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
they used to live in that one. They lived there year round. That was their permanent home.
Dell's
Super awesome visiting them,
population.
but we never went anywhere. So it's like, hey, you're here. You just see everybody else having fun.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Oh my gosh.
we got, so we saved the money.
Mommy, why is that
but we
kid on the
really
go-karts?
saved the money.
Yeah.
Shut up
You watched the
and
go
eat
karts.
your grits.
We
Yeah.
waited for my parents to show up, and once my parents came, then we went. But it was like we spent all week with my grandparents. My grandpa was always working, so we didn't get much time with him. So it was always
Yeah.
my grandma hanging out. So we're always just hanging out with whoever's at the campground. We were making friends with random people
Yeah.
every other day. So I mean, it was cool. It was a cool experience, but that it's expensive. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we used to stay there, do nothing, or
I've-
you pay everything to do something.
I have a Dell story. Now I
Yes,
want to
yes,
segue
yes.
because I have a question for Eric. So, quick Dell story. This is when the Dells was cool, right? So in the Dells, they have a place called Alligator Alley. If you guys have
They
been there.
live behind there.
Behind Alligator Alley.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
that
pretty
one.
sweet.
Yeah.
So-
but anyway, keep going.
So
Now it's cool.
you can like pay
Cooler.
a certain amount of money, and they'll feed the alligators like rats
Yep.
and like small rodents. Well, I think this is before they probably got in trouble for this, but they're like, hey, do you want to see the thing eat a chicken? I'm like, does a bear shit in the woods? Fuck yeah, I do. So they throw this live chicken into the thing, dude. It was a frenzy of just alligators going after this chicken. Not only do they kill a chicken, but it comes back. I'm going to bring it back. I will whoop an alligator's ass.
I was just about to say it didn't juke it,
No, that chicken nowhere near as fast
and it
as I
wasn't
am.
an alien
Fuck
alligator.
that chicken
It
up.
was an
and, like,
alien gator,
alligator.
dude.
It was a gator.
Dude, chickens,
it wasn't
I don't
an
even
alien
think
gator.
chickens can swim.
No, well, that's why he suffered.
I need to know whether chickens can swim now.
I don't
Because I'm
think they
thinking
can.
about. I don't.
I don't
Think
think they can. But so
They
circling
sink
back,
it.
They do
I
have,
bet they
don't
sink.
they have web feet? Do they have web feet? No, they
No.
don't.
They do.
No, they don't.
They
No,
do
they
not
have
have
no,
talons.
no,
They
no.
have
They do not
talons.
have-
They have
do not have
talons.
web feet.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Chickens are.
they got.
I'm definitely.
They
they
got
are
double
delicious.
duped. They
Yeah.
got
They are
when
chickens or
when the-
chicken wings.
when the bird.
a turd.
Because like chicken breasts, they have those like sometimes you get, like a chicken breast. They go those weird like. I'm like a freak about chicken. Sometimes they got those weird like there's like layers of a chicken
Uh-huh,
and it
I
gets
know
like
what you're talking
like
about.
gritty when you eat it.
Yeah.
It makes me want to throw up
then, like,
right
the
now.
pus-
I'm gonna tell you right now, Nashville hot chicken did not disappoint.
Fuck yeah,
Natty B's Nashville hot chicken
Natty Bees.
crushed it.
Yeah,
It was awesome. We had that before the second night of the concert, and that was amazing.
Were they in your price range?
They were. And we went to a different barbecue place on downtown Broadway. I'm not even gonna say what it is because if they watch this, they won't like the review. It was the worst barbecue I've
no,
ever
you got
had
you got
in my
to
life.
blast him, bro. Dave
I've-
Porter doesn't give a shit when he does pizza reviews.
But he doesn't
That
do one
dude's
bite.
making-
I don't care.
That guy
He takes like
worth
4.
billions of dollars.
I don't
I'm
care.
worth like
And-
25 cents.
Yeah, yeah,
His dog is
And-
worth more than you.
And
yeah.
my wife just took
Princess
Miss-
Peach.
yeah, Miss
85
Peaches.
Yeah, Miss Peaches. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Eric.
So hang on. So the food,
worst barbecue.
yeah,
I've ever had
barbecue
in my
disappointment.
life.
But why did you go to Nashville? You talk about going.
So
there
I went
and
to
you experienced
Nashville.
but-
My favorite all time band named Project 86. Much
NSYNC.
love for Project 86. I am stronger. No, I'm just kidding.
Brittany was there.
Yeah, no, she wasn't.
Demonetized.
Project 86.
Project 86. I was there. They had an album release party. So we were there for the entire weekend for that. The first night was like kind of a little smaller venue. It was kind of in like a recording studio almost, like a wing of it. There were like 40 to 50 of the most hardcore Project fans
Oh,
there.
that's
It was awesome. And they kind of did like what I would say 20% of their metalness. Does that make sense? So they were still
More
it was-
mellow.
It was still electric guitar, but it was almost like spoken word. Like instead of hitting
MTV
it hard,
Unplugged.
it was unplugged. It was
Oh,
I
unplugged.
love
and it was
that.
awesome.
Dude. I love that.
And what's cool is they did their unplugged stuff, and they had a set, and it was a short set. It was like only like an hour, 45 minutes, an hour long, eight songs. But then they talked to everybody and whatever. It was very
Intimate.
very intimate. Then the next night they did like a full live streamed concert. And that was more like that was again, this was only for the most hardcore fans. And I've been following them. Dude, I've been a fan of theirs since I was 16 years old.
Damn.
It was 1998 or 99 when I saw their first concert, and I was born in 82, dating myself. And so I've been rocking with them the majority of my life. My favorite band, album release party. We did the VIP. We went all out, and I had never been to Nashville, and they did this thing kind of in Nashville and Nashville surrounding suburbs. So that's why I was there.
Yeah.
And it was a fantastic experience. The concert was incredible. No regrets there. Some of the food, like the food, and I think that's, you're talking about the hype, and you're talking about the experiential part of it. You go to the Dells and how much money you're spending. You go to Vegas, how much money you're spending with people who are acting like goons. For me, a lot of what crushed Nashville was the money. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nico and Joe know
Yeah.
I have very strict regulations on my expectations for money. Like when it comes to food, especially. We walked into our first bar. So we saw the project show on Friday night, which was like the more intimate show. And it ended, we were down at the bars by like 8 or 8:30.
Oh, early.
Yeah, early. Because
Oh, yeah.
they went on at like 7 and only went from like 7 to 8, or something like that. And we went down to the bars, and I'm like, cool, Nashville, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We were hungry. We went to this place for barbecue. Disgusting. Garbage, trash. Like, no, honestly,
Gross.
I'm being disrespectful to trash because I probably would have been better off eating trash.
I almost,
It was so bad, dude. And I heard two
you
things.
went to one of those mainstream places.
And
I could tell.
I
could
heard
tell.
of two. I heard of two things.
Nashville's
Nashville-
best barbecue place.
Nashville
That's what
it's
Nashville
like-
barbecue. I heard Nashville barbecue and Nashville hot chicken, and I heard those things over and over and over and over again before I went down there. Total objectivity to Nashville. The hot chicken lived up to the hype. The barbecue did not. And we spent $40-some on one meal that Liz and I split. It was like, because you're ordering by like, I think we got a pound of meat.
Yeah, that's how they do
It was
it.
like
Yeah.
a pound of meat, couple sides, and a drink.
What kind of meat did you get? Did they have burn ends available?
Disgusting meat.
Dude.
I think we got burn ends.
Oh,
actually.
that's disappointing.
Dude, it was bad, dude.
Because burn ends are my jam.
It was bad. I honestly, I'm blaspheming the rest of barbecue for even talking about this. But regardless, then we went to the bars. We walk in our first bar. Let's get started. As Nico said earlier, it's the wife and I. We want to have some fun. Never been to Nashville. This is the only night we're going out because the next night is the big concert night. And that's a later at night concert. We're not going to go back down in the city at night. We did go during the day, but I'll get to that. So we're like, this is our night to blow off in Nashville. We can sleep in the next morning, whatever. We go down there. First bar we walk into. Yeah, there's music everywhere. There's live performances everywhere. There's people everywhere. Walk up to the bar. Let's get this thing started. I'm in a good mood. I've just seen one of my favorite bands perform live. I'm just pumped, dude, even after the crap food. And I'm like, let's get some drinks up in this biz. I'm like, give me some kind of shot that has vodka in it because my wife is gluten-free, so she can't have whiskey and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, give us something. And then let's each order a drink. 2 shots, 2 drinks. $68.
Yeah.
$68. And then I was asking them if Jesus blessed it and I was going to gain more of the Holy Spirit from drinking it because what on earth? What on earth? Like I thought, am I in Paris, France? Like am I in a Twilight Zone or something? And you guys know how I am about money, like I believe you pay good money for good product. You pay good money for good product. And if it's cheap, you're maybe not going to get great product.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I am the kind of guy, for all of our viewers out there, I'm the kind of guy, like, I will go buy an expensive steak. I will pay more money for good quality pizza. You guys know this. I'll pay the money if I'm delivering. However, 80 to 90, those are special occasions. 80 to 90% of the time, give me some quantity, yo. Give me some quantity. I'm going to take quantity at a level 5 quality all day long, then 5 quantity and 10 quality.
Yeah.
I just want stuff. These guys know I have a 99-cent wing
Rule.
rule. It's a rule. I will break the rule on random occasions, but it should be 99 cents a wing. Anyway,
At most.
and then the night proceeded to continue, and I looked at my wife at the end of the night, and I'm like, we just spent more in one evening in Nashville that I would consider mellow. We ended up going home sometime around midnight or between midnight and 1. It was not a late night. It was not anything like that. It ended up being a mellow night, and we ended up spending more money than we spent for the entire VIP concert experience that we were there to begin with, just on food and drinks. And the next day, so you're talking about day and weather, windows open, weather's beautiful. The day hanging in Nashville was way cooler than the night. I'll give them that. But it was crowded, and the places weren't that great, and the music was overhyped. Everyone in the city, all of these bands are cover bands. They're all playing the same music. They're all walking around with bins telling you that you can pick the song if you Venmo them $20 and all this stuff. It's like, it was like the whole thing on repeat. And I just realized something that has been confirmed for me thousands of times, but I always need to be reminded because I'm dumb. I'm old. And old people don't have time for this trash.
I feel like,
and I didn't have time for that. And I'm sure the 22-year-olds have a great time in Nashville. Cool, blow all your parents' money, but it wasn't for me.
I feel like bachelor and bachelorette parties ruin that because you see everything on social media, and everybody's always like, "Oh, this is the best weekend of all time," and it's like 5 girls that went down for a bachelorette party, and they're like, "This is the most."
And there are a lot of people on buses.
Cool.
They have these party buses that are like open, and people are dancing and having fun, and like. There are cool aspects of it. The fact that the Pred Stadium is down there, all of this other stuff is awesome about Nashville. And some of the food was phenomenal. The concert was phenomenal. I was talking about, and I hope I'm not slamming Nashville too bad, but that party atmosphere.
Fuck Nashville. Fuck that town.
If I can go through Tennessee and not see Nashville,
the party atmosphere
we love
overhyped exponentially. Overhyped.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been in Nashville once. It was for a work thing. So they paid for the majority of the things that we did. I don't remember the drinks being that expensive.
Because they paid for it.
No, I had to pay for my own drinks, but
I'm a little.
What's going on? Hang on. Time out.
Producer Jean. No, I'm just kidding.
What's going on upstairs?
You know what? Not a lot of parenting.
Did you turn the red light on?
Yeah, we need to get. That's a great idea. We're gonna get a recording light. Logan, what are you doing?
We've had a fair number of visitors.
Get your big butt upstairs.
He gave you a look like, dude.
Go upstairs.
We've had a fair number of visitors, and it's been the periphery, the camera, which is good.
Your little guy comes down with the glasses that put everything upside down. He's gonna get hurt.
Honestly, I thought he was the dude from Science of the Lambs. He's in a basement. He's like, turn the lights off. Clarice. I'll find you, Clarice.
Puts a lotion on its skin or gets the hose again.
And with that,
why did you do that so well?
I don't know. They call me Buffalo Joe.
Buffalo Joe. We're gonna take a quick break. We need to figure out what the trash is going on around here. When we come back from our break, I have a very specific Nashville-related story that is going to segue into a new segment we're starting here on the Moretako Encounter and some questions for these guys.
Let's go.
We'll be back in a few on the Moretako Encounter.